Hi everyone. It has been a really good day for me, believe it or not. I dress like an idiot when I go out in public sometimes, so keep your children away from me. I'll tell you why. You see, I love baby or BB or however they fucking pronounce it. And I wore a shirt. This is the back end of my shirt. Let me give you a little idea. Well, you can't really see anything. It's just, you know, a little more sheer than, yeah, I'm dressing up like Jezebel now. I'm like, oh my God. All right. Um, we had 4th of July pizza and pretty well. Uh, Last year was really weird. Um, they still did it at the old area, and I was invited to a 4th of July party. And what happened was, oh, let me put my thing. What happened was, everyone was freaking drinking. I was the only one of them, one of the few, besides the designated driver. And I'm like, God dang, they're just, I just, wow. Yeah, I'll just hang here. I know. It's just, I was invited to a party. I always wanted to be invited to a 4th of July party, and I finally was. That wasn't family oriented and stuff. My family can put out a spread. I can tell you that much. They can really cook. Oh gosh. All right. So, um, I hope everyone enjoyed their 4th of July. They're getting ready to throw up those fireworks and get them going. So, yeah, today I dressed up kind of. I thought I was wearing a shirt that would go well with my orange. Um, it would be like tennis skirt. It's got a built-in shorts. And I'm like, oh, I'll wear this. It's so nice, so nice. Yeah, it's. I mean, it's beautiful. I think it's great if you're with a guy because you are after your bra pretty much because I'm so skinny and this is a medium, it fits, it goes like halfway down my back. And then the other half is pretty much I tie it up so it's half of it. Oh well. Mm. And I know some people are busy with their families and stuff. So yeah, I figured out my problem. And what I did is I things have changed from years ago. I seen a video that it takes 20 it was 4 years old and it was with StreamYard where you connect it to YouTube. You literally had to wait 24 hours to connect StreamYard to YouTube 4 years ago. I'm like, God damn, what a pain in the ass. Wow. So yeah, I went to a newer one and I'm like, okay, I'm in business now. All right. So I went and on StreamYard and fixed my problem. So now I can have people on and not worry about it. But everyone is enjoying themselves. I, of course. So, yeah. So here, let's go with the Mystic Pickle. Am I ever going to get another date this week?
The mystical pickle swirls indicate a promising yes.
Whoa. Whoa. I heard a yes. So yeah, hi, how are you? Happy 4th of July. Hopefully you're enjoying yourselves. I fixed my problem on my StreamYard. So over here, if you notice, there's a link. You're welcome to go on StreamYard. That's if you're not any of well, we're just so and for entertainment purposes, this is the Mystic Pickle. Let's squeeze it and see if it's a question you asked.
The mystical pickle is playing with destiny. The answer might be unpredictable.
So yeah, it is July 4th. I went and videoed for a friend of mine, Carrie, and her husband, so they can enjoy the what they wanted to see. Now, I looped out last year because I didn't want to deal with crowds. I was in my own private Idaho, to be honest. And when she left me with 2 folding chairs and a bunch of stuff. It was really nice. So, and for Christmas, Carrie sent me a little kind of, little care package. It was adorable. So I went, got up at 4 o'clock in the morning, made sure I had ice for the ice chest. The ice chest was clean. Everything was packed in there. I went in there and braved the heat and all this stuff. Hi, how are you? Yeah, the video that I put out, yeah, you got to see how I was dressed. I'm thinking I'm doing good. I match. Yeah, I match. Yeah, I match. Okay, now you got to understand, I tied this up because this is kind of big on me. But it's see through it. You see, notice something? This is my back. Yeah. All right. Give you a little eyeball. I didn't plan it. I tied it up, put on my jacket, and went along, and no one noticed anything. And yeah, I made myself look like an asshole. They probably think I'm nuttier than a Christmas fruitcake. I haven't worn that shirt in 2 years, so let's just put it this way. We all make mistakes. At least it's not the front. I'm sorry, I don't mean to laugh, but I didn't plan it. Okay? But I did a good deed for my friend. I want to say there's times I really don't like the big crowds and all the other stuff, and I got stuff going on that are stressful. And last year was one of those years. It was really stressful, and I didn't go. I made an excuse for Carrie. Her and her husband were there. So to be nice, I drove down to the new area. It's actually easier to get out. Really, it is. It's not as much stuff they have to close up, so it's really easy to get in and out. So what I did, I videoed it because every time I get free stuff and they're throwing me stuff, I'm moving the camera, it's doing the jiggles. I'm like, oh, okay, I take that out. I take that out. Boom, boom, boom. Put it together. It's easy. I've been doing it. I've been doing it for a long time. So when you got a hour and a half, it's just you're not having to hear and match up audio. It's just a mashup of vehicles, really. It's a parade. So you just get it, set up and you make sure everything lines up. That's what I do. And when things got a little bit, hey, I'm seeing the sky, I got to cut that out, and that's just what I did. There's only one thing I couldn't take out. There was one part where it shows my face, and I was like, fuck it. We'll just keep that in there too. So, yeah, I did that to say to Carrie, I know you can't be here. Here, look at the video. I did my good deed. I came home and I did my fart video. It was like a half an hour video and 10 seconds of fart video. Kid you not, but I got it. Yeah. Yep. even I, on July 4th, can make people feel, yeah, I'm the weirdo of the bunch. All right. So it's July 4th, 250 years. Um, I'm just happy that my friend feels loved somewhere else. And she's sitting with her husband watching TV, or watched it, and was happy. She was all just thrilled. And that just made my day, you know. Yeah, I got up at 4. Yeah, it was a pain in the butt. Yeah, you know, I had to find where the motherfucking place was so I can go there and video and then go home and make myself go, wow, everybody got a treat today. Everybody got a treat. Yep, everybody got a treat. Because I tied it up. It's big on me. So I tied it up. And yeah, I mean, it's under the bra. You don't see the bra or anything like that. But yeah, you get the gist. It's a little bit sexy. Woo-wee. So anyway, yeah. Yeah. There I am, Steffi, making everyone feel like, wow, I'm doing a whole new thing, you know. People be talking for weeks on my clothing. Shoot, they used to everywhere I went. I have a pair of leggings that are Doctor Who, and I got these new leggings. Didn't wear them at all. I was asked by my work. Um, You know, you always say you have a second pair of something in your, like shirts. You're kidding me. These are see through, right? I wore a pair of leggings to work that were see through. And Ben, the manager, was very like, he said, I'm not going up to you and telling you that. I'm going to tell your friend to tell you. So I went to, he was like, I didn't know if you would think it was embarrassing. I go, that's funny. It's good that I wore underwear today. So yeah, I fixed that up. It's when I get flustered, I can't get things done because I'm just not thinking. So I finished that, and I have a couple more other things to do. I also have to do my laundry. So yeah, I've been doing work and stuff like that. Thanks for the thumbs up. So yeah. So I've just been, you know, I did some digital stuff. I did, I'm used to the digital stuff. You can always get a, if you're good with, editing, or if it's just a simple edit. Shoot, I thought I had an hour and a half, and I'm going, oh, the first half hour gone. I'm like, oh crap, I put extra shit in here. I got to take out, boom, 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 take out, put, plunk it in. Yeah. Parades are easy. I've been editing parades for a while because I've lived here. My kids first moved. Oh, let's go. You know what your guy's going to do with all that candy? I'm going to end up giving it to neighbors because it's not like when you were kids. When my kids were young, and they wouldn't eat the candy, I save it for my nieces. Or now they're not my nieces, but I'd save it for my ex-brother-in-law's kids because I'd send them home grab bags and everything. Oh, you kidding me? Oh yeah. You know, the most fun part is when I sent them home with energy drinks and they didn't know what they were yet because it was like the early 2000s, like 2005 or 6. They started really just coming out and people didn't know what they were. So I myself thought, wow, I know what they are. Hey kids, who wants some pop? Oh yeah. I'm terrible. But yeah, back in the day, they had this stuff. The energy drink in the 80s, you can get a 12 pack for the regular price of what a Coke or any of them costed. And it was called Jolt. Yeah. Hey, how are you? Happy fourth, 250 years, young. I'm just drinking bubbler. No, it's not alcohol. And enjoying my time with you guys until 9 o'clock. And that's the start of the fireworks. So, how are you doing? And I do have my StreamYard fix. So over here, you can get on my StreamYard. I can put you up on the panel, and you can talk. Just think about that. Yeah. So I found a way to get it going. That works for my computer. Uh, so anyway, I got the video, and oh, by the way, since you're a newcomer, you can see, I wore this and tied it up. Now, mind you, see the darker, the lighter half right on the bottom. That's a little more of the revealing. It's of course halfway down my back. By the way, it literally goes to the halfway point of my back. You know, and it covers my bra. But guess what? It's a little bit, you could see just a little. And I'm like, not tying it up, throw my coat on, boop, boop, boop. Not thinking, boy, when it got hot and I took my coat off, boy, it was a whole different thing. And I'm embarrassed about that. So if anyone feels embarrassed about seeing Steffi's adventures and you're thinking I'm trying to steal your guy or whatever, trust me, I'm not trying to steal anyone's guy. I just want to take video, edit it, and put it up so my friend can watch it with her husband. And she was able to. Yeah, I got it done. It's easy. Shit. I'm not lazy. I put it up there. It takes a while though. From the time I got home after editing it, and then you have to compress it, send it to yourself. That's how I do it. And then you have to upload it. To upload it took over an hour. That's a 43-minute video. So yeah. And when it's holidays like Christmas, Easter, July, those type of things, anytime we have something like that, I'm going to be honest, your internet's going to be just a little bit slower because everyone wants to share what they're doing out there. Look at, I'm the idiot of the month club. I'm going to go in the hospital. Woo! That was me. Oh yeah. There was always an accident. It was either me or one of my cousins. You would hear stories about how they ended up in emergency on July 4th. Yeah. So, uh, my dad and I had a huge argument when I was growing up. I was 12. I told him I wasn't going to marry anybody. I'm going to make a list of things that a guy would have to do in order to date me to be my future husband. I made the list and made my dad laugh. And years later, my friend Christine, who heard about the list, anyone who had my dad who would come over and he would eventually talk about it for some reason, he'd remember it and talk about it. It'd be a list of things that a guy either had, you know, facial attributes or how they had to look. And I put certain things on the list that the guy had to. Yeah, it was it was comparable to practical magic when the girl made a list of things about a guy that so she wouldn't fall in love because her mom died of a broken heart. And then, you can look that up. People can be so saddened in whatever and have their heart quits working. And it's called the broken heart syndrome, by the way. It really is true. So I did the good thing. Oh, and if she's not coming next year, fuck it. I did my good deed this fucking year. Fuck it. It was hot, and I was, I can see it if I've never been one to do the 4th of July. My aunt and I, we were like, okay, it's right across the street, we'll park in our grandma and grandpa's old house. We go there and go, God dang, it just looks like it's not taken care of. Well, anyway, we go to Colton High School Stadium and watch this firework thing go off. Our ears rung 2 hours after we came home. I mean, it was just ringing. We were like, oh, fuck, what do we do to our hearing? And I said, Karen, because they're my Aunt Karen. So finally we get our hearing back because Leo is going, you're getting like only what? Oh, God, the ringing. It was just, we should have wore our, yeah. We didn't wear our ear things, and we wouldn't be the big, yeah. At that time, I wanted to see George Carlin was in LA, and my aunt said, "Do you want to see George Carlin?" I said, "Yeah, yeah." And by the time she got to it, the tickets were sold, so I never got to see him. But yeah, it was like good times. Usually, my family, if they got together. And this is like, that was like, I think a week before. They did it like either a week before or after the 4th of July in my family. Back then, September meant you started school. So what usually happened, I have 2 cousins. They're twins. One is Dean and one is Don. They're the Ding Dong brothers. I don't care how you think you got googly eyes for them. I go, they're my adversaries, okay? They're my adversaries. We play practical jokes on each other back and forth. Oh, yeah. And I'm not going to explain some of the other ones. It was just like, we made up some real good ones that were like, pissed off family. And it wasn't me, thankfully. So, anyway, I had made a fake. I had, with my grandfather, got a fake snake, put it in a bag, made it look real, wiggled it around. They ran like little girls. Everyone joked with them being like little, pussies, And of course, Grandpa was playing with it himself with the guys. See, you guys are a bunch of pussies too. So it's July 4th. Mount St. Helen blew apart. That was the biggest firecrackers had the name Mount St. Helen. You wanted to sell a firecracker in that time frame, all you had to do was put the name Mount St. Helen, and it flew off the shelves. So there was a bunch of, we did our own display and watched also. And that evening, everyone's swimming still, and I'm swimming, and my cousins thought it'd be cool to turn the water off on the slide. And I got burns, and I looked like I was in an accident from like my waist. It was horrible. I won't get even. I won't get even. I went back to Michigan looking a little bit. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I loved Pick and Save. I used to buy all my OP shit because in California, OP was like passe, and it was at Pick and Save. But shit, I bought the hell out of them and bring it back to Michigan and look like my dad's a millionaire. Woo! I was like, my dad's like, dang stuff. I got my dad's sense in his shopping. And it was like, no, I had to buy my school clothing since I was pretty much, let's see, I was working 15. Since I was 15, I was buying my own school clothing. My grandmother would send me extra money and I would buy. But when I did that in 1984 and I said, no, this ain't flying. I'm going back to California because I'm going to go and spend time with my grandmother in San Bernardino. And that's what I did. Yeah. So, yeah, I only spent one. My dad had that deal with my grandparents that they would send me over. And I loved it. I was, yeah, I was my grandparents loved me, and I lived I'm not going to complain about my childhood. It's my adulthood I could complain about, but I have to look at moi, as the one. Yeah, when you have to get away from a troll, they're not easy to get a divorce and all that stuff. So it's like, yeah. Mhm. So anyway, here it is, 250 years. And I'm very happy for the United States. Hey, how are you? I got my steam yard open and fixed up, so you can go over here. Yeah. Yeah, I couldn't believe it. I'm like, oh, I look so nice. Yeah, I'm showing everyone my back. Boy, is that nice. Oh boy. I think it would have been different if I would have been with a man. But being I was alone and stuff is just like, yeah, hooter bit. So I was not very happy with myself, but I'll deal with it. Anyway, anywho, um, I've been trying to reconnect with my family. You know, I am going to actually try to reconnect with my cousins and Tara. I was close with my little cousin Tara. We used to hang out. I didn't like her mom. Her mom was an overbearing bitch. She really was. And one day, I was really pissed, and something came out of my mouth, and it happened to her, and I got my grandma told. All right, Steph, we're going to have the talk of when you're pissed off, you don't say what you feel. Oh, come on, those are the most fun ones. Those are the most pro flick. Though, um, let's just put it this way. uh, I knew something was going to happen to her that wasn't good. And I told her. I didn't tell her in a nice way. I told her in the mean, evil way where I'm like laughing about it. Oh yeah, that really makes it even better. And then, of course, down the road, she tells my dad, and my dad being the sucker, oh, it's not his daughter. So if you're not his daughter and you're telling him something he doesn't really care to talk to or deal with, yeah, my dad was something. I had a teacher, Mrs. Hanson, that tried to fail the whole class. So I said, guys, I don't give a fuck how you feel, but, I can figure out her little tests and all that stuff just through the cards. And I did. And I cue everybody in on it. Yeah. I had a system too. There was no cell phones or pagers. So at the beginning of the day, I knew who did all the announcements. And we would announce a special word. That special word meant that there was a test for Mrs. Hanson's class. She was going to do a test, a a, a quiz that no one knew about, and it would let everyone know that was happening. Yeah, and I never knew. I never made the morning things. I went to it's called NOAA, Northwest Vocational Education Center. I was taking foods there, and when I had to scrape off pig eyes out of the oven, I finally just said, Dad, that was my ending. Scraping eyeballs off an oven. Lovely. No, I'm done. I want to go to retelling. I told him all the shit that was going on there. You have a teacher smoking weed with all the students, and he goes, "You do it?" No. But they all did it, and they're all getting good grades. Go figure that one out, Daddy. He moved me to really telling, and I lost 30 pounds. I said, see, Dad, it was it was so stressful for me to work in foods. There was in the 80s, there was no real woman cooking. Like, you didn't just, like how YouTube, there's a gazillion women and men cooking on there. You didn't have that. You had one English lady going, oh, look at, they're gonna cook some lamb shit that you can't cook for your family because it takes 12 hours to make. Fuck. What are you gonna do? So you have men that are cooking. That was the main thing. So I cooked with a bunch of men, and I really wanted to throw their asses in the oven more than anything. So I just finally told my dad, when I scraped off the eyeballs, I said to the teacher, you'll be hearing from my father. I am done. Oh, I was fucking finished. My dad's like, so how was your day at work? I got some paperwork and I'm going to retailing. He goes, oh, what made you come up with that wonderful idea? Oh, teacher thought it'd be funny about me scraping eyeballs. He goes, really, you got proof? I go, yeah, I got your Nick on camera and I got a bunch of pictures. So what my dad did is, being that he really was pissed how I was treated, he went to Novak and asked them, would you want to scrape this off? My daughter did. They thought it was a funny joke. She wants to go into retailing. I don't care how you do it, just put it that way. Huh? Teacher tried to tell me my dad's Nick on camera wasn't cheap. And that he didn't give it to me not because we couldn't afford it. I can see now why. Because we would have probably hawked it down the road anyway. So I used my dad's camera. He got pictures, and then I moved to retailing. I had to scrape off eyeballs off a fucking oven. Oh, that was just it for me. I was like, oh, that's just my stepping point. Yeah. So I remember when my dad was visiting. And we happened to, well, you hungry stuff? Yeah, we could go over to the cafeteria where I used to go to school at, where I had to scrape off eyeballs. It was, oh, yeah. So the teacher was, talking his BS. And I said, yeah, that's the teacher. Okay. Then my dad got kind of loud and he goes, yeah, it's nice. Thanks. You believe in equality. So when did you get any of the other guys to scrape off the eyeballs of my daughter had to deal with that? He got real quiet. Yeah, I just want to let you know. Yeah, that's not cool. You're supposed to pluck them out before you even cook them. They did that purposely. Yeah, it pissed me off. It did. It really did. That was my ending point. I'm done. All right. There's no Betty Crocker here. Fuck this shit, man. I thought of myself cooking in Las Vegas and being the chef. That went all down that toilet when I'm just sitting there scraping, getting them eyeballs off. I'm like, fuck that. Oh, yeah. So, July 4th, a lot of people light off stuff. I don't got the money to do so. But I think it's great, of course, we do sell that here. Oh, I don't know where that came from. Everyone's in a really good mood. So that's, hey, how are you? I got the StreamYard up. You're welcome. I got the stuff over here, Yeah. Today was just like one of those days I thought I was going to do a good deed, and I ended up being the Harlot of the Year award. Yep, I wore. It was literally just underneath my bra strap. It was a little sheen. Of course, everybody in Trump probably seen it and said, woo, boy, you wild Jezebel. I'm dressing up like Jezebel today, I guess. I didn't mean to. And trust me, I haven't worn that in 2 years. I just thought, All right. And I've lost a lot of weight. So I tied it up thinking it was fine. It's not. Oh God, my dad in his house, there's a mirror that's from the 80s. It's dated. My dad ordered a special for me because every time I'd leave the house, I'd be sent home because of an infraction. Because I couldn't see. So my dad doesn't like to go to Kmart and get the $7 special or whatever, the $1.50 special. He's like, no, I'm ordering, it's coming. And he told me how it was made, and I'm like, oh, those special orders. It was nice, I picked it out. It was the 80s. Give it a rest. I would check myself out in the mirror, and my dad had a special lamp because I had that problem in high school, going to school, like he called it the Jezebel look. He said, "You're doing the Jezebel look." Yeah. So many times myself, I would have to turn on this light, and it would be behind me, and I'd have this cool looking mirror. I'm looking at my back, and I'm going, "Oh crap." It's a good thing my dad got that mirror and the light. I'd go back upstairs. Sometimes I would try to pick up an outfit a couple days before, make sure it wasn't like see through or whatever, especially if it was a newer outfit. Christmas time was a lovely time. That's where you hope that one of your aunts didn't get a little bit too spicy and go shopping and get some see-through stuff, because my grandma, she was famous for that. And it wasn't just any old time. It was, hey, we're going to get Steffi some new shades. My dad and grandma went out right in their car over to the shade shop or wherever they bought it. My grandma put it up. Beautiful shades. See-through as fuck. See-through as fuck. I get a call from Angie. Stuff, don't go crazy. Yeah, your shades are see through. I go, oh, yeah. What? Oh, shit. Oh, yeah. My grandma, when they pulled in the driveway, she about shit 2 bricks in a stone because I told her oh, I'm sorry, Grandma. I don't need to turn the lights off. I already changed. She's going, oh. Everything. We're on a main street. Fuck. I mean, I was like sitting there going, oh shit, these cars are going, oh my God, I figured it out a long time ago. So I figured I'd milk it. I told my grandmother, yeah, I changed and there was beeping going on. I was lying to her, and she was like, she looked at me and she goes, I got something else. They had to get another like layer in between or it was super see-through. Oh God, Grandma. We should call her Hot Rod Helen. She was the opposite. Oh, she got a ticket for going too slow on the freeway. Oh, she really did. She got a ticket on the freeway for going too slow. Okay. Yeah. So, I think that my grandmother proved that uh, changing out the scenery in the yeah, that was yeah. My friend said nice drapes. I go, yep, they are just out of this world. Everyone can see it. Oh, I was like, I was on the main thoroughfare. Of course, everyone could see it. My grandmother, yeah, she thought that, yeah, no, it didn't happen. I said, Grandma could have been really popular. You know that. I love to mess with my grandmother. I did, and she messed with me back. You know, it wasn't a typical, like she would go, yeah, yeah, and those phone numbers would dry up, and what would you do? And I go, oh well, we can just have another striptease out. Very funny stuff. She was always next to. I loved when my grandmother would visit. She was an amazing woman, but she was also very allergic to. She was allergic to the down in like the comforters and stuff. My dad had really nice. They're called like goose down for pillows, and they're really even back then they were real spendy. And my dad, being his mom, he's going, hey, I'm going to give her the best shit. But my dad forgot my grandma's allergic to it, so every year my grandma would visit, I would suggest my dad give me a couple of the poly pillows. He goes, why is that? You always got goose down. Yeah, goose down for grandma. I never told him that. I'm not going to tell him that. I'm going to go and buy the pillows and then give it to grandma. No, they're the best ones too. Because I go, hey, Dad, I used the credit card to buy grandma's pillows. They're, you know, and he would say, no, I'm using the goose down. And then, of course, she would remind him that she was allergic to it. So I get the pillows. Yeah, every year. It was great. So don't forget to put a thumbs up and subscribe. I will be playing some video games in the future. I'll figure out video gameage and sharing on here because I got to do different things. Oh, how lucky for me. Oh, boy. Let the fun begin. So, yeah, uh, that's what I'll do. I'm just hanging 10. So, yeah, I've been really good. And no, I haven't been with anyone, just wearing a half shirt, okay? I didn't mean to. It's not like I go out and go, I want to be Jezebel today. We had one lady, she would always, for Christmas, not Christmas, Halloween, dress up as Jezebel. And what kind of person I was? Oh yeah, I was the one that said everything that everyone wanted to say but didn't. See, her daughter dressed like, let's just put it this way, she dressed it like how her mother dressed for Halloween. So, borrowed my dad's camera, took some pictures of her, took pictures of the other pictures from her years of being Jezebel, and showed it on a slide reel. How you make the things where yeah, she never dressed up as Jezebel after I was done. Yeah, because her daughter didn't dress up like Jezebel either. Yeah, she was real bad. Trust me. I mean, like, looking like a beyond adult, and she was only 16. Yeah, not my call, but she did see it on the slide reel. So anyway, I got like, I'm going to give this up to my roommates. I got some Angry Orchard. I got 5 of them. I only drink one. The reason is if I like beer, and it's going at the cheap route is that for me, because they have a beer here that's made with honey, and it's really good. It's it's like I like the apple. Excuse me, I like the apple pie. Kind of let them know they're being a little loud. It's just Rachel and my son. Other sweethearts. I like when Rachel gets Devin to do shit. Oh my god. One day Devin goes, I just woke up, I'm not getting your coffee. I go, excuse me? You're not getting mine either? He goes, no, I just woke up, I'm not getting either of your coffee. And I go, bitch. So Rachel, you want some coffee? I'll get some coffee. And I left and got everyone coffee and said, fuck you. He's like, hey, thanks, Mom. Yeah. My kids are good. So right now I'm just trying to get my stuff together, and I got to worry about next week. I believe when you're looking for a job, it's an 8-hour thing. I got to figure out what I'm going to do and all the work to get another job. But yeah, and well, actually, I got to wait for the state to call me so I can be schooled again. I was so upset the state called me and they go, we want to get you a therapist. You know what? I really, I'm going to be honest with you. I think that if I would have had a therapist that I kind of thought was, romantic inclination, I would have stopped seeing them, just because. But I didn't know my therapist had romantic feelings towards me. And in the end, when he was leaving, he did tell me, and I'm like, I don't have the same feeling. It's just not there. It just is what it is. But it did make me feel good. He did say things that were, I on the average, I do pay my stuff even ahead of time. I've been known to pay, like if I have all my money and stuff, I'll pay my bills and, be able to budget, and go, okay, I paid this bill, I paid this bill. Okay, let's just go along. And that's what I usually do. So I want to make sure that, yeah, I can hear the fireworks already. So it's getting close to that time, guys. And I hope that you enjoy the fireworks that are going to be going up. Thanks for the thumbs up. Yeah. So I'm going to see a metaphysical therapist. It's Tuesday that I'm going to see her. So I will be able to, you know, see someone, talk with them, be able to converse with them. I got so much. I have 2 years. I haven't seen her, had work done with her in about 2 years. It's been too long. A lot of stuff that's happened. But it's great, as for myself in dealing with my personal growth, I remember a time getting in an argument, going into the office, getting all upset, crying and stuff. And I was outside, asked about my performance and why I'm slagging. And I says, I haven't slagged. I'm expected to do a job of two people. That's what I was expected to do a job of two people. I could never do a job. I always had help. It's when you're not getting along with the company and they don't want you there, they can make more excuses. And that's what happened. So I was happy to be out of the pit. Are you kidding me? I've been there for 4 fucking long years and it's been dark. It's a dark pit, baby. It's not light out there. I mean, I like to, it's just the way it felt and the way I was treated. You don't blame somebody for a whole company's fault. It goes with management, not me, for them not making their shipment time or whatever is going on. Don't blame me and make me a scapegoat, because they're going to look for another person that's going to be a scapegoat and they're going to fire them. And that's what's going to keep happening there. I know the reason why that was let go, and I'm cool with it. I am cool with it. I'm all good to be out of the pit. Hey, so if you want to talk over here, you can go on StreamYard to fix the problem. I did. I watched a video that wasn't 4 years old because back in the day, 4 years ago, when you go on StreamYard and you want to connect it to your YouTube, you had to wait 24 hours later. Well, my neighbor's blowing up some stuff already. Maybe I should take some videos. But yeah, um, and that's why I made the video. I made the video for my friend who's did a lot for me in the past, and I'm very grateful. So the video out there, I made that. Yeah, and you got to see the shirt I made it in. I tied it in front so it didn't, so it didn't look like a teacher in front, and I look like a strip teaser in back. Yeah, I tied it up, and it does. It's pretty big. It's not small by any standard, so it fit a lot of me. If you notice, when I hold it out, you're getting a big, huge burden, and I tied it up in front. So here it is tied in front. I mean, it's well, you can see I'm not fat, but it's like, oh Lord. I gave everybody an eye peel. Oh shit. I don't ever go to the July 4th thing, but I felt so bad for my friends not making it. So I said, I'll do it for you. Oh, only Steffi can mess that up. All right. We got 15 minutes before we. Oh, hey. Hi, envelope. Who was I waiting for a person? Hold it. Hold it. I only want one man and he knows who he is. I was not waiting for anybody. I dress nice when I go out because I represent myself. I don't want to look like a fucking turd. I didn't go out dressed to, pick up anyone and wait for anyone. Fuck no. I went to the parade. I brought drinks. I was supposed to give them to people, and I was like, "Fuck it, I'll just take them home." I took them home, and my kids and their friends got that, so it worked out. But yeah, you know, oh, would you quit it? Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, no other dude, just me. You see, if I show you how dark this room gets, and when I got out of the shower and I got dressed and everything, and I threw that on, I threw another coat on, you know, I'm dressing like Jezebel. Yeah, I am. And I didn't realize it. I really didn't. So I'm like, ah. No, I'm not waiting for no man. Oh, you kidding me? No. All I wanted to do is videotape the thing. I'm so glad for editing because every time somebody was, hey, you got one, something, I'd go and get up there and it would shake everything up. Yeah. Oh, no, I wouldn't wait and go over there. No. Oh, oh, okay. Hi, Johnny Airbro, you out? Hey, happy, yeah. I'm going to be, yeah. I got it fixed. Let me get the thing again. Let me get that. There we go. Well, envelope, you're welcome to go up. I just put the link on there. I played with it today and it did work. I do have it going. Oh, oh, you're sick. Yeah, happy fourth too. I usually don't go to any fourth things, but I end up going. Yeah, I showed you. I got dressed and it was like almost complete darkness. You see how it's like just a little, yeah, just enough. Yeah, I'm a Jezebel now. Damn. Ugh. I haven't worn it in 2 years, so I'm like, what the hell? That looks good. I mean, the skirt is adorable. It's like a tennis skirt. I mean, it matched it perfectly. Of course, dressing. I didn't expect it to. Yeah. Hey, Johnny. So, how you feeling today, Johnny? Well, thank you. Yeah, the skirt's adorable. I think the skirt's cute. That's why I was wearing this. But it's just, you know, the skirt was bigger and I cut it down because it was like a size. Oh my god. uh, so yeah, I just thought, yeah, I'm dressing wild. They're going to be talking about that for years afterwards, guaranteed. You know, yeah. No, I haven't drank anything. I will when I get done off here. I didn't want to get intoxicated and go on here. Exactly. So anyway, I think here we're going to. I want to do. It's a Lady Gaga night where we all dress up like Lady Gaga. I love her clothing. She got some cool shit. So I gotta look up some stuff so I can try to do. You're a good boy. Oh, you are. You're going to have to. You know what, Johnny? You're going to have to dress up. Johnny's going to have to dress up as Cat. Yeah, that'd be cool. I'm going to see if I can get my cat a Lady Gaga outfit. He'll dress up too. Let me see if they got cat Lady Gaga outfits. Just for shit and giggles. What they got on Amazon. Let me ask if they got a cat Lady Gaga outfit. Cat. Gaga outfit. No, they don't. Oh. Oh, but they've got a black halter top. Oh, I want to get the black halter top. Ooh. I want to go for the glitter, the glam. So that's what I'm looking for. To the glitter. So yeah, Bobby Gaga. Yeah, I want to. Yeah, I'm gonna. What I'm gonna do is, I think because he's black, I'm gonna do a Lady Gaga like a a dress tie thing, and have it with the big G. Make it all blingy. Yeah, that's what I'm talking. Yeah, we're going to have a Lady Gaga night, and I'm really excited about it. So I gotta, you know, I want to get some. Yeah, I want to get stuff together. So I'm like, oh, looks like I'm going to go to Walmart, see what they got in the cheaper area. I hate to say it, I'm going on. Yeah, I want to. I'm going to have to make something up because my cat's going to have a matching thing with me. That's what I'm going to make it. It's going to match with me. Yeah. I'm gonna make it, so I got to figure out what I need. Getting the outfit in my mind. Yeah, I think I'm gonna give him like an Elvis Presley kind of look, a little blingy. You know, I don't know if I'm gonna do the cape thing. Maybe I should. Maybe I shouldn't. Yeah. So that's what I was. Yeah. So that's where I'm going. It's gonna be fun. Yeah, I think it's cute, and I love, like I said, Lady Gaga, because she uses her imagination. I already have an idea of an outfit, and I have it from. It was supposed to be for a wedding, and it's a. It lights up. It all lights up, and it's really fucking cool. And I can redo some of the stuff because it's all homemade. I had it specially made for me to go to a wedding. Yeah. And unfortunately, my friend's daughter's fiance died of China virus. I'm not going to call it COVID. We name our things where they were made. So I'm going to name it China virus because it wasn't made in America, and it wasn't damn well made, in a bottling factory. It's just. Oh, oh. Hello, no caller. Who are you? Oh, shit. Oh, darn. Oh, let me go. Hey. Hey, you want to see what I went? Okay. Oh, what an asshole. Oh, well, it works. Well, guys, it works. Oh, they couldn't see him anyway. Oh, That's why he was saying it was no caller ID. He was like, "Oh, this is Mr. X," you know. It was pretty good, you know. He got me going. He went as Mr. X for about 5 seconds. Yeah, he knows I like him. All right, so it is what it is. You want him back? He's an asshole. You call me a dried up old cunt. He's a dried up old dick. Yeah, I rather have Mr. X though. I the only way I can find out if it works is somebody goes up on there and I retool it and everything. Because it worked before. Yeah. He's sitting there, you know. Yeah. Oh. Oh. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I'm really excited though. They're going to have Lady Gaga night, so keep, I really, yeah, I gotta go when I get some extra money. I gotta go and start making it. I already know I want it to have where, yeah, I like her stuff where it like kind of shows a little cleavage stuff, and then how she wears the wild outfits. And I could go anyway and it'll look good because Lady Gaga wears some cool shit. I love her clothing. I'd be like, oh, yeah, it's some, trust me, I wear some really unique stuff. I used to go when I worked pretty much midnights over at my old job. I used to pick up my the clothing. I'd go to pick up the stuff. They were like, "Where do you go shopping there online?" Yeah, so I like the unique stuff. Yeah, yeah, I do. I want to. Well, I'm representing myself while I'm going out shopping or whatever. I'm like, I go to a family affair thing and I'm wearing, yeah, boy, I'm just doing some good stuff. So anyway, envelope, it's been, yeah, only me, only me. If it's Steffi and it's, yeah, if it's not meant to be fashionably bad. I just do it because I'm doing it alone. It's dark and I'm thinking, it's no big deal, I haven't worn this in 2 years and I embarrassed myself in public again. So please put a thumbs up. I appreciate everything. And yes, I know there's a sick bastard out there calling himself Mr. X, but he is somebody else will call him Voldemort. And he's a very bad, uh, he needs a lot of therapy. So I hope you're doing well, Envelope. Have a wonderful, have a cosmic evening, and I am going to watch some fireworks that my neighbors are shooting off. Yeah, you take care too, Envelope. You take care too. Yeah, I've been laughing and crying because telling my little stories, but it's good seeing you. Yeah, you enjoy too. You enjoy too. All right. All right. Have a good one. I'm going to end the stream. I'm taking to, yeah, I don't know what I'm doing. Usually I take it day by day. So if I'm going to go on tomorrow, yeah, I'll be on. So you have a good one.